And so I believe that God is wanting to really just restore families, and also He wants to raise you up to be the father that, you know, father or mother that, that He's destined you to be.
Trey, how's it going, bro?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I've been meaning to connect with you, man, to see how you were doing.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Good. Just the daily grind, bro. Just the daily grind.
There we go. Editing those videos and posting and all
Yes,
that stuff,
sir.
huh? All the good stuff.
Yes, sir. Grinding on Pokemon, bro.
There we go. I gotta hustle and make partnership one way.
True. It's true.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to connect with you, man. I literally was on TikTok and I've been making content too, and literally out of nowhere I saw one of your videos hit 1 million views, which blew my mind. And so I watched the video, and I wanted you to tell me, why did you make that video? Or, I mean, it's actually, why do you think that video blew up?
Yeah, I think it's simple. I think it's a lot of kids are fatherless, and they're
Yeah.
wanting fathers,
And guys, the title of the video is "Let's Pray for Your Dad." But yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. And so a lot of the kids that popped up on my comment section either lost their dad is sick. But
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that a lot of kids don't have their dads. It's a huge, just like fatherless comment section. Just a lot of people in the comment sections commenting like, "Man, I lost my dad. I don't have my dad." And there's even a statistic that says there's about 14.9 kids that are growing up in single mother homes. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, so a lot of these kids just
Wow.
are born into,
That's crazy.
not even having their dad around and
Right,
everything.
fatherless homes. Yeah.
And so a lot of these kids, I mean, that's the reason why they're on that video is because, they don't have a dad and they're just wanting fathers, or, like maybe somebody dad walked out on them and they're just wanting their dad back.
Right.
And
Right.
so I think that's the
Yeah.
reason why I think it blew up. It's because like these kids are longing for fathers. And so,
Yeah, and I think it was so powerful how, like, in the prayer video you would just address, like, hey, whether you have your dad or not, like whether like he
yeah,
like maybe like walked out on you, like it's still like our responsibility to pray for our dads. And like that's like, it's crazy. I'm sure that like it like touched the hearts of many people
yeah,
on there for that reason. Even like maybe even it was a little painful, but the fact that they were able to press through and like join you in that video to pray for their dad, like no matter if he was a good dad or a dad that wasn't there, like
yeah.
honestly, that's huge, man. Honest, I was really encouraged, and I was really like, wow, this is powerful. Um, could you tell me, like, I mean, there's so many different captions that we put on our videos, like silly ones, really good ones, powerful ones, and serious ones. But like, what did you feel in your heart when you came up with this video? Like, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? What was God saying to you before you even came up with this concept of like just praying for someone's dad?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't even planning on doing these kind of videos. Actually, I was actually doing something that actually, well, I wouldn't say actually, but I was doing something that worked, or
Yeah.
and I really, Lord was like redirected me to start doing something new. And so I was just like, all right, God, like, what am I gonna do? Because these videos I was doing before, like, they were working. I have kids that were interacting with it. And so then, shout out to Tim Bruce. He came out with the idea like just pray for families, and I was like, okay, cool. So I like one video like praying for families, pretty good, and a lot of kids interacted with it. Then I started thinking like, you know what, like let's start like praying for dads. Let's start praying for
Wow.
moms,
Wow.
grandkids, parents as kids, and all that kind of stuff. And so,
You got like
uh,
more specific even, right? Like you
yeah,
got very specific.
yeah, because I think a lot of kids are really praying the exact same prayer.
Mm,
They're praying like praying for their dad to either come back home or just rebuild that relationship with their
yeah.
dad or their mother, or
Right.
their grand. A lot of people even a lot of people have been even interacting with my grandparents' video, because a lot of their grandparents has COVID, and a
Oof.
lot of like
Yeah.
sickness. And
Wow.
so I think that was for me. Like, I think after like I saw like the dad video, and I started seeing a couple other videos started to like really blow up, and a lot of kids they're just saying like, man, I lost my dad. I wish my dad was here. All this kind of stuff. I was just like, dang, like, I think that's where like the Lord really showed me, like, man, like, this is where it's at. Like, it is, like, you know, this is who I need to be reading, And so I just kept doing, just kept making videos at the same time. Comment section, just commenting, just praying for your dad and all this kind of stuff, and even praying with them. So, yeah, I think that was something for me. After seeing these videos blow up, I think that was just when I was like, you know what, like I need to start doing more videos like this because it's such a huge need, And so,
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think like it was so personal. I feel like that those videos that you made, like even for praying for mom, for your mother, for your dad, for your grandparents, like all those things, because
yeah,
even there's so many people who, I mean, young people even too, who like do want to attend church, do want to get around community and do these things, but because of the pandemic, they can't. So literally, they're able to go on one of the biggest social media platforms, and boom, right then and there, on their for you page, they see you, and you're praying for dads. Like I think that you literally hit it like right on like the bullseye in this prayer. Like it is a heart cry like of our generation, which I think is so deep and so profound, man. And I think even
yeah,
what's gonna lead up to my next question, which I know it's like a big topic, it's a big deal in our time now. Like why do you think that as a black man is this prayer important right now? Like this is a big deal for the black community too. Like if you look at statistics, like it's heartbreaking. Even me being Latino, like there's a
yeah,
lot of cases of just like literally we're a fatherless generation. That's
yeah,
literally at the end of the day, like we're a fatherless generation. And there's so many statistics, as you were saying, that when you grow up fatherless, just the effects that it has on you. So why do you think that, like, being a black man, like this prayer was so important for this time, like right now?
important because there's a hope that like God can truly restore your relationship with your dad. There's a
Mm,
hope God can truly restore your family, and
yeah.
I'm always like, of course, there's like statistics out there, but I can like speak from my own personal life and just even growing up. I didn't grow up completely fatherless, but my dad was like very in and out of my life, and I know how important it is to have a father that is so consistent.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then pretty much when my dad uh, got saved, that kind of stuff, started following Jesus, is when I believe God started to restore family
Mm.
little by little. And
Wow.
it doesn't look like immediate and just like, okay, like we're cool now, like we're friends. Like,
Right,
no,
right.
process. Healing is a process, and sometimes it's able to confront some of those things that hurt
Yeah.
the most, be able to get over it, and
Mm.
to and to be able to restore that relationship. And it's being able to talk about those things that hurt you, the fact that your dad walked out on you, and how that made you feel,
Wow.
how that impacted your life. And so it's being able to talk about that, to be able to
Yeah.
communicate. And I think also that God is wanting to start something new with you.
Mm.
Maybe your dad won't come back. Maybe your dad, it's sad to say, like maybe just that relationship, although there can be forgiveness, there can be, I love my dad to death. Like I
Yeah.
no longer think of him this way, like because God healed me, but also God wants to actually start something new with you. He wants you to be every single thing that you were missing in your life. And the biggest example that you can really have of really seeing like what does it mean to be a dad? What does it
Mm.
mean to love my kids and all this kind of stuff? It's really looking at Jesus, really looking at his character and who he is and his attributes towards us, his
Wow.
love. And I may not know what it's like to be a dad. I may not know like what any of that looks like, but I can look at God because he's actually my father, and the
Yeah.
way he
So good.
is, the way I can mirror that for my kids, the way I can mirror that even for my, how can I be an incredible husband,
Yeah.
you know? So it's being able to really fix your eyes on God and really see that, and even just reflect, like, man, like this is how God has operated as my father in these moments. And so, Yeah, and so I believe that God is wanting to really just restore families, and also He wants to raise you up to be the father that, you know, father or mother that, that He's destined you to be. And so,
Yeah, no, I totally can relate to like what you're saying, and I just especially too because like no matter like where you are, like what position you are, like with your own father, like I felt like the people who saw that video, like we all have this deep, even if people don't talk about it or it may not be super noticeable, like we all have like this deep, just desire to have a good relationship with our dad. So I feel like at the end of the day, like your prayer reached a million people because it hit home, because no matter if, like I said, like if you have a good father who's in your home, one who's in and out, one who's working through stuff, or one who's completely absent, or even one who's passed away, like it hit a home and everybody could come to the table in that prayer and say,
yeah,
I need to pray for my dad, would you pray for my dad? So bro, thank you so much honestly for
yeah,
sharing that and just chatting with me, bro. And
yeah,
yeah, really just connecting with me, sharing with me what God did through that video. I hope that you continue doing more videos, and that praying for moms, grandparents, sisters, brothers, and that God reaches so many more people.
absolutely, bro. Let's keep doing it.
All right, sounds good, bro. Love you, man.
All right, love you too,
Later.
bro. Later.